Good morning, everybody. I thank you for joining me today. My name is June. I'm in Jamaica. It's a lovely day. It's sunny outside. It's maybe in the high 80s. Today, I want to talk a little about the visa situation, whether it is granting or renewal. I want to talk a little bit about that. What's popping in the news here? People, a little girl being unalived. Well, that's that. All right. And then I want to talk about a charity event that I might be doing and would like you to come on board. I'm also planning a graduation ceremony for a school, a tutoring service that I have. That also you can come on board. You can see my information in the bio. A little later on, maybe in subsequent videos, then I'll talk a bit more about the charity situation and the school situation. But for now, let's get this ball rolling. So the visa situation, visas are being cancelled left, right, and center here. Persons are just having their visas revoked, taken. So there is no guarantee that your visa expires and then you submit for renewal and then it happens. No, 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 no. That's a thing of the past. Nothing is guaranteed anymore. A matter of fact, you can be traveling to where you're going, reach into the US, and at the port of entry, you are denied. So it's a big, 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 big mess happening, and it is affecting a lot of persons. And so people are scared. But then again, another set of persons are saying, well, why am I going to waste my fare and all of that trying to get to the US? Even if I renew my visa now, you might not be able to travel. It might not be economical at this time. So what am I going to do with that? It really doesn't make a lot of sense. But, for a lot of us, just to know that we do have the option of traveling outside of the country, and especially to the US, then we feel like we have arrived. But now, it's bad. It's only a few, call it a handful. So yesterday I was musing over the fact that, hey, it is costing so much money for a visa here. And with the denial rate being so high, then I am thinking that now it is a scam. It is a scam, and persons have to think long and hard whether they want to waste their good money going up that alley. It is very difficult now to get a US visa, and maybe it's not worth it. It's worth it from the standpoint if you do have a lot of your family members overseas, and it might be cheaper for you, one person, to travel to visit everybody rather than everybody traveling to visit you. It is a dilemma. Just last week, two of my friends, they sent in their books for renewal because it is done through local agencies here. You don't really go to the embassy and line up. Sometimes you can send in your books through local organizations here or local businesses here that offers that type of service. So you go in, you fill up your form, you pay your money, they do the submission, and your book is submitted. Then your books are collected at a later date with whatever you get. Sometimes it is a call to visit the embassy on site. And when that call is made, when that request is made, and you know you have to turn up there, you can kiss your visa goodbye. Yeah, you can definitely kiss the visa goodbye, because when they do call you in, they do have dirt on you. Dirt is there on you. And so it's just a matter of you going and hoping for the best. But once they call you, it's gone. Two persons I know, their visas have been revoked just like that. One is a close friend, and she had her visa over 10 years. She traveled 3 times. The first time she went for 4 months, another time she went for 3. Just last year she went for about 5 days. The visa expired, and then she sent for renewal. Well, the embassy sent for her. They wanted to have conversation with her. And at the end of the conversation, she lost the visa. Because they want to know, you are a working person in your country. How comes you can be away for so long? You bought a ticket for 30 days, yet you end up spending 150 days. Make that make sense. It doesn't make sense. What are you doing in the US? Then on the form that you had filled up, your only relative in the US was a aunt. Yet you gone for 4 or 5 months with your aunt, and the state that your aunt lives, that was not even the state that you visited. You get me? So all these things are, being thought of, because we don't know for sure what is the dirt. But what we do know is that visas are being canceled left, right, and center, and persons are very, very concerned about renewing of visa. But then again, if you don't renew your visa, you will not be able to travel. So for many of us, we just have to be bold and go and hope for the best. Let me know what is happening in your neck of the woods. How are these visa situations being treated? Are people getting their visas renewed? Are they being revoked? Do they have a lot of questioning? What did they say that the the consular asked? What type of questions are asked? Because one of the things I know, is that people are hush-hush when they have lost their visa, as though it's a crime that has been committed. It is out of your hands, and the embassy decides who gets and who doesn't get. I have a friend, he is a US citizen living in another part of the Caribbean. And just the other day, he said he went into the US for his 60th birthday celebration. He is a US citizen living outside of the country. But of course, he visits within the time that he needs to be there. And he was thoroughly interrogated. Thoroughly interrogated. Lucky for him, he had a lot of proof of his business and reasons why he has to be out of the US. He has his business set up somewhere in the Caribbean, and hence he has to be there to build his brand. For other persons, 2 weeks ticket, 30 days ticket, running into 4 months, 5 months. This is a no, no, no. And the US is not joking. No, sir, they're not joking. So we have to do things differently. Concerning the little girl who lost her life in a barrel, or she was placed in the barrel, the saga goes on. Many persons now are coming out, young persons who were victim of the abuse, sexual abuse by this same man in that community. They are now speaking out, and they are blaming the mother. They are saying that she knows what was going on, but then the whole community knew. And yet, he was allowed to rape, to do time, to rape again, to do time, sexual abuse here, this, that, all kind of. So he was allowed to be free. He was out on bail. No, this is a sex offender. In Jamaica, we do not have a sex offender registry. We don't have that. And so the person next to you could have been a violator. And then that's how it is. He is no longer with us. He has lost his life at the hands of the law enforcement team here. And that is that. But it does not take the grief away from the family, from the community, the school, the church, and everybody who knows her. And also the family of the perpetrator is also affected. No one wants to know that their child or relative has been involved in things this gruesome. And this is similar to what has happened in Mexico just about 4 weeks ago, where little Adrianna Young, she met her demise in a similar way. The autopsy is going on, investigations are going on, but nothing conclusive has come out of the whole investigation up to now. That was the last thing I read this morning. All right, but that's it for today's video. I thank you for stopping by. We'll talk again later. And it's bye-bye from me in Jamaica. And again, we have coffee.